MJ, you must have been delighted with the way you started your season against a team that took a premiership off you last year. What went so right, do you think, in round one?
I think, having a long pre-season, not getting a pre-season game. Obviously, the girls were just, after how many kilometres we've run, I think everyone was just happy to be playing footy again. So leading into the game, obviously coming off the grand final loss, there's that hunger to go one better, and obviously, getting to play the reigning premiers is, first game is what you kind of want. So the girls were just, relentless in their pressure, and just hard work all over the ground. So it was awesome to get the job done.
I wonder what sort of effect having, you were without your head coach for most of, the 2 weeks leading up into the game. And I know the leadership group and as a club, you all sort of had to rally together and take over the last couple of weeks as pre-season. Did that sort of unite you guys even further heading into round one?
Oh, definitely. And I think just it speaks volume of the footy club and the leadership that we have and what Doc's instilled in his coaching staff. Obviously with Chelsea, just, getting the leadership group on board and just setting the standards of this is what training is like, with or without our head coach here. This is what we expect from us. And seeing all the girls, like I think Doc said it, we actually train the house down without him, and we should probably do it more often. But no, it's good to have him back, and good to have his voice and leadership with us again.
I'm curious to know, sorry if you've been asked this a million times, but you mentioned Chelsea and the leadership group. Is it a plus or a con when you're dating the captain?
No, it's definitely a plus. Like I said, when we come to the football club, it's all professional. That's where we've always said from the beginning. Once we enter these doors, it's, you're my teammate, you're my colleague. We're in a workplace. So, life away from the football club, of course we talk about footy and we have our downtime, but we try and separate those as best we can.
Absolutely. North Melbourne this weekend, what are you expecting from them?
Oh, it's going to be, they're a very, very good contest side. So, as you can see, the last few years they've been up there. So I think, similarly to Brisbane, there's going to be a lot of heat coming from both ends. So I'm just excited to have another game and see how we go.
Has Ashley had a bit of a head wobble this week after kicking 4?
No, I think I haven't seen no goal kicking yet, because we obviously had a bit of a light recovery session on Monday. So we'll see how she goes tonight.
And sorry to ask, but we'll probably be asking every single week. Any players affected by COVID this week?
No, so obviously we've had COVID in the women's program, but at this stage, from what I've been told, I'm negative. That's all I know. So I'll take that. I'm here.
Great, good to hear. Thank you.
All right, Max.
Just to be a pest, MJ, you're negative. Are you anticipating that the rest of your team is available if you were to play a game tonight, for example?
Yeah, I think as we've spoken about, it's something that is happening in the community. It's affecting lots of people out there. But from what we're trying to do, as a team and as a club, we're trying to be as diligent as we can, and do all the precautions and look after ourselves and each other. So at this stage, from what I've been told, I don't know of anyone else being positive and not coming to training. So how
do you guys do that? You mentioned you're taking all the precautions, but I mean, you look around the AFL men at the moment, and a quarter of the league is in COVID protocols, really, and you guys have a full list that have managed to escape it. Have you got any sort of things that you talk about inside that have led to this?
Not so much. I think it's just being common sense. I guess if you think about it, we are part-time footballers and all we want to do is play football. So if you have the potential of putting yourself out there in the community, going somewhere, being in an event where there's over 1,000 people and there's more chances of you catching COVID, all of us are not doing those things. So I don't want to not play. I want to play football as much as I can, and I want to be up for selection every week. So at the moment, I'm not even seeing my family. I've told them I can't come to weekly family dinners because the risk is too high, because my brother, is working in a hospital, or you don't know where it could happen. And obviously the transmission and the cases are rising. So yes, it's inevitable. I think it will, at some stage, it's going to start affecting us. But I guess personally, I'm trying to do everything I can that I'm available and willing to play.
That's incredible commitment, considering you guys aren't getting paid $1 million a year, isn't it?
It is, and I think that's part of women's football. Is a lot of it is we're not doing it for the money. We're doing it because we love the game. We want to see the game grow. We want to be able to leave a legacy for future generations and for the future girls out there that actually, guess what? You might be getting paid the millions in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, but we're obviously not going to reap that benefit, but hopefully we can set that footpath and that journey for them.
I just wanted to ask one more, MJ. A spate of very serious knee injuries to some of the top players in the competition over the weekend. I mean, we'll ask it forever as long as the women's game is around, but is there anything that can be done differently, or how can this be improved so we don't lose sort of 3 or 4 of the best?
Have a full-time program. Have a year. You look at our preseason; it's a short time span. So if you're thinking about that match simulation, that match intensity, which is sitting up here, again, you try and train as best you can, but nothing can replicate a game. And so obviously you look at the girls and they are someone who's had 3 of them. It breaks my heart to see the girls go through that. I think in female sport, it's only increasing because of the demands and because of the speed of the game. Every season, the speed of the game has increased. The level, the expectation of us, our skill level, but we're still part-time. We're still teaching, working elsewhere, and then coming to the football club. So I can't physically give my whole 100% self to be the best physically as an athlete because I have to earn a living elsewhere and I have to focus on my teaching. And obviously other girls have other jobs. So that's where the juggle is getting harder and harder. And so I can see until we have maybe a full-time, full-year program where the girls are able to work on that strength and condition. And again, it's sport. It's going to happen. You see it. It happens in the men's game too. But potentially maybe that statistic decreasing of how many can be lower due to just having our bodies conditioned in a certain way.
Thanks, MJ.
No worries.
All right, Theo.
Hello, everybody. Hi, MJ. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, I can't give you my face. It's hideous. I was just going to ask you, you conceded 9 points against Brisbane. What did you do so well defensively as a group?
I think it was actually our whole team defense. I know we play in the back line, or I play in the back line, but unless the girls up the ground put pressure on the ball, it makes our job a lot easier. And the pressure and just the tackle and just even like our forwards starting at our mids, their work rate to get up and down the ground, it was honestly a whole team effort.
And Norwood this week, do you prefer a smaller Norwood as opposed to a giant Flinders University stadium oval?
Me personally, I'd love the smaller oval. Keeps my old body, doesn't have to run as far. But I think as a team, we actually don't mind the big oval. We've got a lot of girls that can run and they've got speed on them. So more space always helps. But Norwood Oval, I love playing there. It's the first ground I ever played my first game of football. So I love that. I love that place. So I'm really looking forward to getting back out there and hopefully we can have as many fans and support there for us.
Also, Noffy and Hatchie were pretty dominant on the weekend, in excess of 20 touches each and 7 tackles as well. Just specifically on Anne, is there a better transformation from an athlete in the last 3 or 4 years across the country than what she's been able to do to come where she's come from to be where she is?
I don't think so. Like, she is a phenomenal athlete and a human, and she's so hardworking. And just to see, you know, I actually taught Hatchie at school, and I actually made her a soccer goalkeeper for me one carnival because I was like, she's that good. She can play anything. So to see her from you know, a 14, 15-year-old at high school to now has been an amazing transformation, and hats off to her. She just continues to work on herself and get better each and every day.
Beauty. Thanks, MJ. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, mate.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Nope, all good.
I was just going to ask how a Croatian family takes the news that their daughter's not going to come to family dinners anymore.
I think Mum's like, do you have any rapid tests that I can borrow so you can come over? So yeah, Mum's not too thrilled, but they're all very understanding, and they understand the risks, and you know, we FaceTime last night and Mum's like, I miss you guys. I wish you were here. So, you know, obviously it's only for a short time. So we'll get back there soon.
Bless. I love it. Thank you.
Thanks.